What's going on, guys? My name is Steve. Thank you for stopping by my channel. Today we're going to be reacting to a British perspective on America's Independence Day. I don't know if you can tell how tired I am, but I am absolutely exhausted. Over the last few days, I have been nonstop go, go, go to multiple fireworks, July 4th celebrations, baseball games. It's just been nonstop activity. I'm sure a lot of you understand what it's like to have small children, and during the summer, it's the peak time to take them to activities and events. And in the US, especially around the week of July 4th, a lot of things happen. And so this time of year, I generally don't get a ton of sleep because it's just nonstop go, go, go. I'm definitely looking forward to a good night's sleep. But anyways, guys, I was actually planning on doing a different video, but I came across this one and I just thought, wow, that would be an interesting perspective to hear. You know, what does a British person or the average British person think about America's Independence Day? You know, I can imagine if I was a British citizen, I probably really wouldn't think about it that much. I probably wouldn't have too much of a perspective on it, but I am curious. You know, obviously I'm not a British citizen, so I'd kind of like to understand, what does the average British person think about, America's Independence Day? Obviously this person he lives in America. He's been here for a number of years. And so that's also a very unique perspective. A British person that I believe also has American citizenship. How does he feel about America's Independence Day? Does he actually celebrate July 4th, or does he avoid it? I don't really know. So I just thought this would be interesting, guys. And please, in the comments, let me know what your perspective about America's Independence Day is. You know, the reason I ask that is because I understand, obviously, that the U.S. was originally a British colony. And so I'm not really sure exactly what the British people think about America being an independent colony. I would guess because it happened so long before anybody today was alive that it really wouldn't be something they really think about that often. We obviously have a very, very strong relationship, no matter how it started. It's a strong relationship now. We're the greatest of allies, and we really are cousins in a way. I know a lot of people jokingly call us cousins, but so many people in America have British ancestry, just like I do. I have British and Irish ancestry. And so obviously I do have cousins over in the UK that I've never met, and in Ireland that I never met. And so it really does interest me to wonder, what does the average Brit think about America Independence Day, But anyways, guys, enough of my rambling. Let's go ahead and dive in and check this out.
Hello, and happy birthday weekend to the United States of America, who I must confess doesn't look a day over 200.
Okay, now that's the dad joke.
About myself, but we've reached that time of year again, haven't we? That time of year that I've celebrated every year for the past 15 years. And that time of year is the 4th of July celebrations here in the United States. And as a British person, that can be a little bit weird, because for those of you who don't know, and that's probably only about 10% of my viewers, America gained its independence from we, the British. And I didn't really know that or have a deep concept of that before moving to the United States. And the reason for that is they didn't really teach us about that in school.
Really? Seriously? I definitely would think you guys would learn about that. Or maybe it's one of those things that really wasn't focused on much. There's a lot of stuff that, in the US, for example, they'll touch on, but they don't really teach it very much. And so, you get out of school and you just forget that you were even taught it. You know what I mean?
Why? I think we learned about all of the victories, the good wars. And after I moved, it became apparent that next summer that, oh, you kicked our asses. Although you used a word similar to that I can't necessarily repeat right now because I might get demonetized. And while we're on the subject of you, if you've not had a chance yet to subscribe to this channel, do that now. And how did I find this out? Through several uncles of my American wife's who just thought it'd be funny on the 4th of July to say, ha! How does it feel to know that your grandfather surrendered at Yorktown? No, wait, that's 3-year Letterman. How does it feel to know that you lost and we became the richest nation on the planet?
Ugh. Guys, I can't stand arrogance. It's like, what are you being arrogant for? You literally had nothing to do with that war. I can't stand that. I love patriotism, guys. I love people who are patriotic in America, but I also love seeing British people be patriotic for Britain. I love seeing Irish people be patriotic for Ireland. I just love seeing patriotism, because patriotism is just good. Patriotism is a love of homeland, a camaraderie with the people of your homeland, and just appreciating the blessings that you have in your home country. And that's great. It's wonderful to see actual good patriotism. But the bad patriotism is arrogance, to where you think your country is the best at everything. And no country is the best at everything. Every Western country has things they're really good at and things they're bad at. I would say probably every Western country has certain things that they are the best at. But every Western country probably also has things that they're horrible at. And so it's really hard to judge a best country, because it really is in the eye of the beholder. And, no matter what country you're in, it's very likely that it does a lot of things good, but a lot of things bad. And America is no different. I love America. I have patriotism towards this country. I'm thankful to live in a country with a lot of blessings, and I have a lot to be thankful for. But arrogance about your country, arrogance for something you had no part in at all, and just bragging about something that, like, you literally happened hundreds of years before you were born. It's it's one thing to have pride in it. It's another thing to brag on it and be arrogant. Arrogance, the main thing. I think it's fine to have some pride. I have pride in my ancestry. I have pride in the British and the Irish sides of my ancestry. But am I going to brag about it? Why am I going to brag about it? I didn't have anything to do with it. I want to learn about it. I want to know the history. But arrogance, it's not the pride that's the problem. It's the arrogance. That's what I'm really trying to say here, guys. But I can't stand arrogance. Again, I can't stand it. So let's continue.
I think I just sort of nodded and went, oh yeah, this is adorable. And then I thought about it. I was like, well, I wasn't even alive in 1776.
You weren't.
And it seems that us Brits and us Americans have this special relationship now. I think we can let bygones be bygones. But yeah. I think they still think they've won. The uncles, not America. America did win. America won the War of Independence. These uncles, I think they go home every 4th of July and think, yes, I downed 3 beers, had a plate of chicken wings, and put that Brit in his place. Do you know what? Whatever, because those same uncles love the Beatles.
All right, guys. So I wanted to quickly say this, that I'm sure most people, most of you guys that watch me on a regular basis know that I am definitely not like that. While I love my country, I don't, I just can't stand arrogance. I guess that's what I'm trying to get at here. That's the big thing here. And I can't understand why people think like that. It's like, I'm glad America and Britain have an amazing relationship. They joke about how, people joke about how we're cousins, but we really are cousins, guys. We share, a lot of people in this country, myself included, have ancestry from Britain. I have British ancestry and I have Irish ancestry. And so I have cousins over there across the pond. And, I understand that the American Revolution was really, in a nutshell, it was cousins fighting against cousins because they had some major disagreements. Our countries, we started off at a pretty bad place, right? But today, we're the greatest of allies, and it's like I do not condone this beating up on each other. I don't need it's for some ego high or something. I don't even know what that is. I love my British cousins. You know, when I celebrate, you know, July 4th, Independence Day, I celebrate it because I love this country, not because I'm rah because we beat somebody. I love the country I'm in. That's it. I'm patriotic because, you know, like, you know, I love this country, and I'm thankful for the blessings I have, and I'm thankful for the people who have fought for freedom throughout the years. I'm thankful for, you know, just, yeah, the blessings I have here, and I just cannot stand that attitude of ego, man. And it's just negative, and it doesn't accomplish anything, and it doesn't strengthen our relationships. And we should want to strengthen our relationships with our greatest ally. Okay, and so it's just. Yeah, that's really all I have to say about that. Sorry I'm rambling so much, but it's just like, I don't like the arrogance, you know? I don't like the arrogance. It's great to have some pride in your nation, but it's another thing to have complete and utter arrogance.
We invaded you in the 60s, and you all lapped it up like it was some kind of ice cream. So in many ways, being British on the 4th of July is at least a little bit predictable, much like the parades that I attend each year in central Indiana, where myself and a number of Hoosiers park our chairs by the side of the road, and no prizes for guessing who gets sunburned the quickest. Now that's partly because I'm the one who's usually pushed out of the awning by my wife's cousin Chad, but it's also because I'm British. And I think subconsciously my wife's cousin Chad is thinking that when he gives me that slight nudge. I don't think it's even subconscious. I think he's doing it on purpose. And then, of course, the victors like to remind me of my place in all of this by putting up lots of American flags.
Well,
please excuse this. This was my producer's idea. We don't have a flagpole, and we are decorating in the studio at the minute. But at my first celebration, I thought, ooh, I could inject a little bit of banter into the proceedings. So I brought my own, and it was hilarious until Chainsaw Jim saw it. And I haven't bought it since.
Jim.
Because Chainsaw Jim is the sort of uncle who has 1776 written on the side of his toolbox. You don't mess with that toolbox, is what I've learned. And so now, after 15 years, I've learned to treat the day with the respect that it deserves. After all, they do have a saying here, the 4th of July is as American as apple pie. So long as you remember that apple pie originated in England and that 4th of July is written in the UK date format. And actually, in an unexpected turn of events, this now feels more appropriate than anybody ever anticipated. Imagine, for a moment, you could travel back in time. You set the time circuits on and head back to Independence Hall, July the 4th, 1776. Actually, some point in August, but people aren't ready for that conversation. The founding fathers are there, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, the other ones. They've just signed one of the most important documents in US history, the Declaration of Independence. As they banter back and forth about who has the trendiest pocket watch, you pluck up the courage to stand before them, shoulders pinned back, chest thrust forward as you declare, "All right, lads, you'll never believe what I read on Twitter this morning," but in an American accent. Rightly, nobody understands a single word you just said, except for Benjamin Franklin, who secretly invented Twitter without telling anyone. You continue, "You'll be thrilled to know that in the year 2023, people will still celebrate our independence from the British, including, I hope you're sitting down for this, the British." It's true, as we speak, several establishments across London are enticing customers with Independence Day celebrations. Really? This seems particularly prominent among the English capital's whiskey bars, who are looking to recreate the kind of experience I once found in Kentucky and Tennessee. And at first glance, one winery appeared to misspell independence as the plural form of independent. But upon further reading, I discovered that the establishment, D Vine Cellars, did it on purpose to celebrate independent winemakers. While it remains baffling as to why this event is being held on July the 5th, it's good to see that the pun still never sets on the British Empire. That said, people who know my channel intimately will know that I'm about to embark on my first ever 4th of July as a United States citizen. And I know what you're thinking, ooh, Lawrence, you can't mark this momentous occasion by wearing a black shirt, which will attract heat from both Chainsaw Jim and the sun. And to that, I deliver unto you Mr. George Washington, wearing cool shades, chowing down on a hot dog. This is the second time this year you've made me do this. Where are you going? I think that might be overkill. Right. That's it for this episode. I hope America has a fabulous birthday. Go easy on the cake. And whoever you are, wherever you are, I hope that you enjoy your 4th of July celebration.
All right, guys. That was a fun video. It really... I must say that I don't personally really know anybody in my family that is like the uncles he describes. You know, we celebrate the 4th of July, I think, in the way that most of you guys would celebrate a patriotic event, you know, in the UK. Say last night at the proms, you know, you get together and you have this amazing event. Now I know there's lots of other countries in there, but you know, I believe it's mostly a British celebration. At least it seems like it from the outside. But I think most people nowadays, unless they're just, I don't know, I don't even know why those uncles would think like that. There are people that exist. I know there are those people. I've seen those people, but I don't happen to know those types of people personally. The people that I know, we go out, like I said, and we celebrate just camaraderie and nation. It's kind of like the same, in a way, the same feeling you get when you are at a sports team. You feel that camaraderie with the other people within your sports team. You know, you have this identity together. And that to me is what July 4th is. You know, that's what Independence Day is for me. It's a celebration of a group of people that share a common homeland, that love this homeland, that are blessed and thankful to be in this homeland. But people like myself, when we celebrate this, it's not taken away from the blessings in anybody else's homeland. It's not, you know, I believe that, you know, the UK is a wonderful country. And just because I love the US and I celebrate the Independence Day doesn't mean that I take away from that or don't believe that. You know what I mean? And so, like, I just can't stand the ego some people have, you know, like, I've already rambled enough on this video, guys, but I think you get the point. I'm a patriotic person, but I love seeing you guys be patriotic towards your own countries as well. It's an amazing thing. You know, when I see you guys on some of these patriotic songs that I've watched and stuff about the UK, it almost makes me tear up. It has made me tear up, you know, and a lot of that is just seeing you guys come together and feeling that same camaraderie that I feel on July 4th. But it's also the fact that, you know, in those circumstances, there is a little bit of pride as I experience these things and learn these things, that this is where my ancestors come from, the UK. And that's why I'm learning. That's why I'm here on this channel. That's what I'm doing here, is learning about the UK. I'm learning about Ireland because these are the places of my ancestors. And so, yeah, guys, enough rambling from me. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please click that like button. Feel free to drop your comments or suggestions about this video or others. And don't forget to subscribe to continue to follow me on my journey to discover my British and Irish ancestry. Until next time, guys, peace.